what lurks in our final month. We're underway in Week 14. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here come the Giants, led out by their former 6th overall pick out of Duke back in 2019. Daniel Jones under center.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Jones looking to throw it on the first play.
And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Those are the numbers from Rudolph from last week's game. 5 catches, 55 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this, where they're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Now for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 22. They start on the ground here at Sanders. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Boston Scott, his first carry. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
The Eagles at 8-4 now in the year. And they come in losers in 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around. I expect them to play really well here.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. On 2nd and 9, Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Throwing Jones. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
So certainly a defensive mistake here in the first quarter, getting hit with a roughing the passer call.
And that hurts not just because of the yardage you gave up and give them a fresh set of downs, but that brought the home crowd into this one. And when you go on the road, your job is to...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Jones throw caught by Tony. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal.
Gano's kick is good, and the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead.
So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
But that seems a little devil-may-care there, doesn't it? They gave up 3 points, but how about them coming right back and putting themselves in a position to get points of their own?
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They go again with Scott. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun, it's Hurts.
And that is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And it's no good. Elliott pulled it, and instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Looked like you might have overcompensated there for being on the right hash because you got to make sure you get the angle right. But that time he started it too far left and winds up hooking it way too far.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown!
Kadarius Toney
with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And Rager will not return it, so it'll come out to the 25 on the touchback. As we roll on here in the month of December, Week 14 coming up tonight. We got a good one in the AFC West. Get the Parkas out, Kansas City and Denver from the frigid Empower Stadium at Mile High. And then tomorrow night you can turn those Parkas in for some shorts, golf polos, and flip-flops. Monday Night Football in Arizona. Patriots, Cardinals, 8:15 Eastern.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Well, hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on 3rd.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 44-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On the carry, this is Scott. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Throwing on 2nd down. Hurts. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Over the middle to Smith.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
They go play action with Hurts. That's going to be caught. Arcega-Whiteside. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 33 yards that time.
Oh, I think we all understand his disappointment. Didn't quite get to the end zone, and you know it's just got to be tough to see a yard line underneath you after a play like that. Still, all in all, a huge play, and now they're set up 1st and goal at the 1.
Sanders, no signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. It'll be Hurts on the option. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Hurts keeping it himself for a yard out. And the Eagles have gotten back to within a score.
Partner, wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders, and that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. A 1,000-yard campaign in his sights, Charles, but needs a little bit of a kick here down the stretch to reach it.
And sometimes at this stage of the season, you're looking for that extra goal, right? That extra motivation to accomplish what you want, not just as a team, but as individuals. He's going to have to stretch a little bit to get there. That might be what they're talking about during the practice sessions in their meetings. Hey, we can still get this done. Let's go ahead and feed him the ball.
And the offensive line, I'm sure they're well aware of where he stands as well.
They are, and I think for them, it would be an even better accomplishment to get there now because it seems like a little bit of a reach.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Jones. Over the middle here to Rudolph.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Throwing on 1st down. Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Flushed out right. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown.
Daniel Jones,
28 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Gano for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. That time a 6-play drive. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And Rager will not return it, so it'll come out to the 25 on the touchback.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And who's got it? The Giants. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well, so now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield, in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. To throw again on second down. Jones. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard, 46 yards.
And the Giants will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And some space here. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Darnay Holmes now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try to cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
First throw there taken in by Smith. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. They'll run with Scott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Scott. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Hey, check that.
They're going to run this with a tight end. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? 4th and inches in plus territory, that seemed like a prime spot to go for.
It certainly did, and there's so many things that go into it. Are you too far away for a field goal, but not far away to punt it? Do you just feel like your offense is better? I just think in today's NFL, offense feels like it has to take care of the football, has to keep the ball, because scoring is up. You better maximize every possession. You trust your offense more than you trust your defense in today's league.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Now Scott. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing is Hurts. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Holding offense.
So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw here. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Reagor, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. On first down, Jones. And this one hauled in by Rudolph.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Pause here for an injured player. That's Kenny Galladay, who's in some pain out there on the field. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Forced out to his left. And he's caught on the sideline. He's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A good pickup there, a 22.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Okay, break.
On 2nd down now, it's Scott. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Hurts throw complete there to Smith.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 31-yard line. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10, down at the 31. They're going to look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
That swung out wide to Sanders.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3.
Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they can afford to go.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Eagles put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this fourth quarter.
But this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC.
A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
105 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Well, with Saquon Barkley, you often think of the elusiveness, the quickness, but he can definitely run with purpose as well, and he's able to shed a tackler there and continue on.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. And Rudolph has it, the tight end.
Down inside the 10.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him 30 yards there. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Throwing Jones. Toward the pylon, caught. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal.
Looking to throw. Jones. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Giants answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead.
Get over the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
And ultimately, this won't go for much, maybe a couple, but boy, he showed off that make-you-miss ability that certainly is in his arsenal.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Here's Jones, throwing to start the drive. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll try the right side here. Barkley.
And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
I like
like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire time.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well.
And this returnable for Rager. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Scott with it again on 2nd.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd down, it's Scott. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 41-yard line. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a 1st down. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Well, that's complete to Sanders. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock. Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Watkins. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 25-yard line.
Here we go.
He's back to throw.
Smith brings it in, going across the middle.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. On the ground with a tight end. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead. And also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
Elliott on for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Holmes returning from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
And New York set to take the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Jones.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play, they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. It might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Eagles, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4.